Yo, what's happening, people? What's happening, man? Here we go again. Here we go again, man. Sorry for the poor quality, man. I'm outside, on the balcony. It's a nice night out, man. I'm headed home. I checked, on my X feed, man. Looking at the comments. As I'm looking at the comments, here it is, they go back to first take. And I remember earlier I posted on Two Raw's comment section, and I said, did you see the segment on First Take when Gilbert Arenas threw a little gut shot at Mike? They were talking about teams and ring culture and offenses, and and then they started talking. No, they were talking about. I think they were talking about KD, whatever. And they said, and first T-Mac is something about coaches, and these guys had several good coaches over there throughout his career. He had Scott Skiles. He got his first head coach, Scott Skiles, I believe. I forgot. Decent head coach. Billy Donovan. He didn't transition very well in the pros, but like Budenholzer, Monty Williams, coaches. He had coaches that coaches that have gotten either to the finals or won championships. Steve Kerr coached him, and he's the one on the court playing. And a lot of these guys, don't respect coaches. They don't respect these coaches like that. You know what I'm saying? Like even some of these championship coaches, especially when a championship coach is overshadowed by great players. But and for instance, Mike Budenholzer is overshadowed by Giannis. People gave Giannis more credit for that championship than the coach himself, right? You got Gilbert Arenas weighs in, and then he says, the gut shot he threw at Mike was like, when Phil Jackson came in and they implemented the triangle offense, pissed Mike off because, the ball had to move around. It just doesn't stop, man. I thought it was over, B. I thought it was over. Mike won 3 championships with that triangle offense. And then remember, LeBron tried to shit on the triangle offense. It doesn't work in today's game, but then, they use the bits and pieces of it. Like, man, just stop it, man. Just stop it, man. They're pissed off, right? Because nobody respects this era. Older OGs don't respect this young generation, because the young generation don't respect us. The generation before that showed some respect. They looked up to our generation, right? And then these new guys, some of these older dudes, like I said, those are the ones that they slip through the cracks. Some of these older guys, they feed into it. They're still trying to appease that young crowd, so they say anything fit in with them. They do anything fit in with them, man. The nigga look like, those old guys are what they're talking about. I'm older. I get it, but you gotta know, fam, you gotta call this garbage out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, that little gut, like, the man won 3 championships. The man, obviously had to grow and learn and understand the game better. He respected his coach. I mean, he had to understand the game of basketball a little bit better from the wing. Phil Jackson came in, they implemented a system that helped everybody thrive and it made the team better, and they ended up winning. Kobe had to come in and he had to be a team player. Remember, and then this is the knock on Kobe. And that's where I'm really going to get at next, because I started reading the comments and this man said that nobody respects the guys that the number 2 or whatever, and people were calling Kobe, they're comparing Kobe to Pippen. Are you out of your fucking mind? And this is coming from a guy that played the game. They say, oh, I played the game. I know more than you because I played the game. Fan, just because you play a game don't mean you can I can't interpret the game better. You might be physically better and you play the game and you know the ins and outs of the game. Nobody's denying a person's knowledge with that. And I don't want to come here and sit here and compare, but we saw what we saw. We watched the games too. We read articles. We listen to the players, so we can comment and have our opinion. And I never heard nobody say some shit like that, man, ever about Kobe. His game is always compared to Michael Jordan's because he did everything just like Michael. The media don't like Kobe, and they never like Kobe because he didn't kiss their ass. And then the minute, and they blamed him for, the locker room problems with him and Shaq. In my opinion. So then when the allegations hit him, and Shaq ended up leaving the team, he got blamed for all that. He took the hit for that. And this is why he was never really, they never really wanted to plan him as the face of the league. Like, he was supposed to carry that torch. AI was, he didn't fit. He wasn't athletic enough to carry that type of torch. But Kobe, did everything like he was supposed to carry that torch. But because, of the reports and things like that, it caused a lot of people to look at Kobe as a selfish dude. And that stigma stayed with him. Or he thinks he's Mike, he's scoring all his points, trying to shoot the ball, he said nobody respects the rings of the number 2. People respect Pippen rings, people respect Kevin McHale, people respect James Worthy, man. They weren't the best players on their team. As I put in the comment section of that clip that I saw, like, James Worthy wasn't the best player on the team, but he got a finals MVP. Sometimes your other players, man, matter just as much, man. Like, sometimes niggas ball out, man. Kevin McHale got a finals MVP. And what's wrong with this nigga? Like, their best player may not always play, up to par the way he should. And that's why you got other guys, other superstars there. Like, Kobe was the closer. At the end of games, you get the ball to your closer, man. Get the ball to your best player, man. Even Shaq said that. I cooked throughout the game, Kobe. When it's time to close, I'm not a good free throw shooter. It's your time, man. But then you act like Kobe just stood around and watched Shaq. And the first 3 or 4 years, boom, alright. When Shaq when it was Kobe and Shaq in the finals, Kobe averaged 22. Throughout the playoffs, he averaged, his career playoff 25 a game. You take away the first 3 or 4 years, or at least the first 2 years, and he was, and he wasn't really getting no playing time. Kobe was giving you about 26 a game in the playoffs. Like, so, like that don't, and then this Shaq, God, he was averaging 25. Like, so it's like, go look at his first 4 or 5 years with him and Shaq in the playoffs, man. And then, you know, you go into his other years when he did. See, niggas' arguments be valid, right? If Kobe don't win them 2 rings without Shaq. He almost 3-peated without Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Like, he went to the finals 3 years in a row. He lost the first one, won the next 2, and beat a Hall of Fame team to win that second championship. You know, he averaged 28. You know, somebody said, well, it was Dwayne Wade, or Kobe didn't play good. He averaged 28. You know, there was some years with Shaq, Kobe was averaging 29. The 1 year in the playoffs, he averaged 32. Like a couple of times, he averaged 30-something in the playoffs. That's why I said the first 2 years, if you knocked them 2 years out, and he wasn't getting no playing time, and you know, Kobe was averaging like 26. Fucking hell. There's always some loud fucking noise out here, man. You know, so that don't sound like a guy that just was irrelevant standing around. Like, you make it seem like he just stood around. Like, I don't understand that. Like, Kobe closed out games. Kobe had big games. Kobe cooked in the playoffs. So, saying, like, I don't understand that shit, man. Like, I keep trying to disrespect Kobe, man. Like, he was just a little guy. He just stood around. Shaq got the finals MVP. Shaq had the matchups to get the finals MVP. Whenever they got to the finals, there wasn't another dominant center over there that was really going to challenge Shaq like that. Not saying Shaq couldn't dominate, but he was going up against Jason Williams and the Nets. Rick Smith, about 10 pounds soaking wet compared to Shaq. You know, he was a good center, but he wasn't able to stop Shaq, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he went up against Dikembe Mutombo, who was a great defensive center, but he wasn't really no scorer. You know what I mean? Like, Shaq was just abusing. They were too light in the ass for Shaq. There was no answer for Shaq, man. Like, nobody that he had to guard on defense. None of them dudes, like Rick Smith could score, but he wasn't somebody that was a go-to option like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know what I'm saying? Like, so Shaq didn't really have that, like a Olajuwon challenge or a Ewing, somebody that could put some pressure on him. But then we really gonna see, alright, you know what I'm saying? Like, Shaq, you know what I'm saying? He really that dude. You know what I'm saying? But Shaq did what he was supposed to do. He dominated against the people he had to dominate against. They weren't, you know what I mean? Like, because they made it to the finals, obviously they were great teams as well. You know, like, but the matchups, you know, you give Shaq the ball, man. I mean, Shaq, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he had to go up against David Robinson and Tim Duncan. He had to go up against some dudes just to get to the finals. They really twisted. Like, he wasn't playing great centers. I'm saying is when he got to the finals, he wasn't going up against those centers that was really going to challenge him offensively and make him have to work defensively. You know, like I said, Rick Smith's probably the only one. You know, the rest of those guys are just more like hustle players, defensive players. You know, so yeah, Kobe, of course, gives Shaq the ball, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand that shit, man. It's like he just stood there. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody respects the guy. Scottie Pippen, Jordan strictly said, I don't win without Scottie. In those first finals, they had Magic. They had Jordan trying to guard Magic. Magic was having his way, and they had to put Pippen on. Although Jordan got the finals MVP, Pippen was an intricate piece on that team. Defensively, running the offense. Hey, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like that's like saying I don't respect Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You know what I'm saying? Or Magic. Like, and this is another thing too. Like, see now, we done talk Kobe back into this conversation slowly. They tried to take him out. And I kept saying for years, man, yo, how they just skip Kobe? We gotta start bringing back Magic and Bird. Bird is starting to slip back in too, because he just got exiled, like, out of the GOAT conversation. Like, Bird need to be in that conversation. He didn't pass Larry Bird to LeBron. That's what this shit is all about. It's about trying to save this man's legacy because they feel like nobody respects his handle. Your game don't add up. Been saying that for years. Man, don't really got no bag. And then now when niggas start saying that shit, and niggas start cooking on that shit, like other people started bringing that shit up now. He trying to downplay that. And he trying to downplay the rings. He knows he don't have enough rings, and Kobe. He knows people starting to dissect that Kobe argument and bring Kobe back to life. So now he wants to try to attack the triangle offense. He knows that the triangle offense, he can try to attack that. He's just desperate, man. He's gonna attack the triangle offense. He try to attack, I don't have a bag, and I don't need a bag. Niggas cooked you on that. Then you try to rain culture and all that. Niggas cooked you on that. Not one, not two, not three. Traveling back and forth from team to team, getting coaches fired, trading all these players around, pouting, quitting on the team when you can't win, or you don't have the lesser team. Like, man, you was chasing rings too, man. So you got cooked on that. Like, come on, man. Like, all this shit is about is to save this man's, trying to save this man's legacy. And, the problem is he's trying to, he knows niggas don't respect his handle, man. And he's trying to really save face. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of us, and because of him, he knows he's the main blame for why this generation is what it is. So when people like Stephen A. say, oh, well, look what he's done for the game. What has he done for the game? But exploit load management. You want lesser games. You want lesser time in the game. You don't want nobody catching records, man. You want this man wants player empowerment. All these guys don't show no loyalty no more. Like this, you know what I'm saying? Like home field advantage don't even matter like in the playoffs as much as it used to. Like guys don't even wear home jerseys no more, man. Like home field advantage, home court advantage don't even matter no more like that. It matters to a certain extent, but it really don't no more like that. Because guys are mercenaries. Nobody's loyal to their cities, man, their teams, and draft them. Then they pissed off at Giannis because Giannis is saying, "I want to stay." Like, why y'all so gung-ho? Giannis should leave. He's not gonna win. He's a failure if he doesn't win. That doesn't make no sense, man. After I listened to Stephen A., give his rebuttal to Jay Williams, it was like, come on, man. Like, I was trying to get what he was saying. And we look at those guys like that, but you gotta remember, Giannis, he wasn't expected to be as great as he was. And he became great. He became great. And, he might have won one championship. That's definitely not a failure. As hard as it is to win a championship, you can't call that a failure. You can't do that, man. It'd be a failure if you surrounded him with massive amounts of talent and things like that, and he's not getting it done. Yes, that's a failure. But you can't call it a failure. Man, staying loyal to the team. The team's not. They try to add a piece here and there, add a decent coach, but they're not really going all out to, get the right guys around him. He doesn't have any playmakers on the team. Like, told y'all this about Dame Lillard too. I said, the man, he's not a playmaker. It's going to be hard for him to create offense like that. You got a guy that needs the ball and another guy that needs the ball. Like, it's not going to work. And then T-Mac, man, he said he never had a chance to win a ring. This man had Yao Ming, I believe he had Jeff Van Gundy coaching him. So now it's the coach fault. all this other shit. You blame the coaches earlier, like, fam, that's like blaming your parents for you being a grown man and not having your career that you wanted. Fam, you the one living your life, man. Your parents' job is to prepare you for the world. You the one that gotta step out in the world and make it happen for yourself, man. You know, your coach's job is to prepare you to go out there, help you make adjustments, things like that. You're the one that's out there playing, man. You didn't get it done, B. You're a great player. It doesn't diminish your legacy because you didn't win the championship. You all think you made it out the first round. But that's, you know, nothing's going to tarnish them. You know how great you were. But to say you didn't have the opportunity, you had every time y'all won 50 plus games, y'all were favored to at least get far in the playoffs, and it just didn't happen for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't happen for you, man. Like, you know, Barkley didn't win a championship. His career's not a failure. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I'm saying, Stephen A. You say that, like, some guys' careers aren't failures just because they didn't win or because they got one. But he compared it to Aaron Rodgers. That was a good comparison. You know, but the reason Aaron Rodgers is looked at as a failure is because he's had home field advantage. He's had great records year after year, great talent around him. And he had high expectations year after year. With Milwaukee, they're not really, you know, the expectations are high, but not as high as it was for Aaron Rodgers. It's a different story. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Rodgers is regarded as one of the best quarterbacks that can touch a football, man. Giannis is not going to be regarded as a top 10 all-time great. Like, he's definitely a great player. He's an all-time great, but when you're talking about the best of the best, he's not cracking it. They were trying to put Aaron Rodgers in the best of the best, like saying he's up there with Brady and Manning and the head of Elway. They were just like forgetting about Elway, but he only got the one Super Bowl. But that doesn't. But his career is not a failure either. Aaron Rodgers, he had a great career. He just didn't get it done. You know what I'm saying? He's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can definitely sit in a room with those quarterbacks, but if you say, yo, you know what I'm saying, if I had a choice to pick Elway or him, I'm going to take Elway. I'm going to take Peyton Manning. I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to take Joe Montana. I'm going to take Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, that's the conversation he was in. You know, but Giannis is not in that conversation yet. If he would have got more, then yes, he would have been in that conversation. But, you know, you can't blame him. You know, that's like saying Dominique Lucas' career is a failure. Dominique had a great career, man. He didn't get it done. You know what I mean? Like, his career is not a failure. It would have been a failure if you surrounded these guys with superior talent, great coaching, like things LeBron had. Like, he failed in Miami. He wanted to win multiple championships, 6 to 8 championships. He only stayed there 4 years. Y'all went to the finals, granted, 4 years. But y'all got spanked 2 of them, man. And y'all had the superior talent. That's a failure. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yo, T-Mac, man, like, he had a great career, man. Just, you know, he fell short, man. But Gilbert Arenas, the gut shots, man, and shooting that Kobe, man, yo. And when you say you're a Kobe guy, this doesn't make sense, man. Like, come on, man. Come on. Stop this number 2. Kobe was sidekick and stood around. Yes, he was, the first few years, Shaq was the best player on that team, man. But when it came down to that crunch time, Kobe was the man. You know? So at the end, you gotta stop disrespecting this man, man. Stop using his name in vain. And we gotta bring Bird and Magic back into this conversation because those two did something. I'm gonna leave it at that as I'm about to drop out real quick. Those two did something that we've never seen really in sports since, man. Like, you just come in and do the ranks. When Magic came in the league, he won the championship first year, Bird the next year. You had to go through them right away. We've never seen that since, man. Where you had to go through Magic or Bird on each side. You had to go through one of them to get to the finals. That's unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they dominated the game, both of them, man. Bird went the 5 finals. He lost 2 to Magic. He went to 5 finals, right, in 7 years. Dr. J is the only other guy that stood in the way. Magic went to 9 finals. He lost to Boston, the Bulls, the Pistons. Yeah, I think he's 5 or 4 in the finals in 11 years, man. 12, I think 12, he played 11 years. 12 years, he lost to Houston twice, and they lost to the Phoenix Suns. Came back the next year, got back to the finals, lost to the Bulls. So, how did we just skip past Magic and Bird? The only thing that slowed Bird and them down was injuries, age, you know, and losing 2 of their great young players to passing away, man. With Len Bias, you know, God bless the brother's soul, and what's my man named? Reggie Lewis. They lost some 2 brothers, man. So they never had a chance to really, you know, rebuild their team, man. But no one dominated the game the way they did. And Michael Jordan did. When Michael Jordan finally came around and started winning, he dominated. That's what makes him GOAT, because he shut it down, man. There was no hope of winning with Mike. That's the difference, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when you think about Mike, there's no hope of winning. When we looked at Magic and Bird, they were automatic in the finals then. Especially in the 80s, only one team stood in both of these ways, and that was the Sixers, and then the rest, that was the Houston Rockets, man. That's it. They were very good. And finally, Detroit, when they got older, they ended up beating the Celtics, and they ended their run. Don't skip now either Isaiah, because he's another one that's forgotten because he don't got the stats that everybody else got, but he's a forgotten soul, man, in his GOAT conversations, because he snuck at me. He beat Jordan 3 years in a row. He beat the Celtics. He beat Magic. You know what I'm saying? Like, him and Bird beat all of them, man. And you know, we can't skip Isaiah either, man. But anyway, man, I'll let you guys go, man. I gave y'all 30 minutes of my time. Let me go get to this food, man. Many Face Publishing, man. You know, like, share, subscribe, man. You guys have a blessed weekend, man. Have a good night, man.